Hi guys, it's Jade-Eyed Wolf from XDA Forums again. Today I was going to run through a quick little tutorial on how to get your Samsung Galaxy Tab 7.7 Wi-Fi only or 3G, either version, working with the same kind of smooth working interface that you've seen in my previous videos with a launcher called ADW EX, which is the paid version. You can use the free version, it'll still work just fine, but I prefer the paid version because there are still a few features that are enabled in that otherwise wouldn't be available. But this would be a quick tutorial just to see, just to get your 7.7 working very smoothly and fluid. And this, for the most part, does not require root access. However, I will be including a couple of things towards the end of the video that will require root access to really take full advantage of it. So first, let's just go to the ADW settings up here, and you can download ADW on the market. It's very easy. Just search for ADW in the Android marketplace, and when you click on the home screen button, it'll ask you which launcher to use by default, and you can set it. It'll show a checkmark box. You can set it to ADW by default. If ever you need to change it, if you don't like ADW for some reason or another, you can always reset to the default settings if you just go to regular settings and you go to applications and manage applications, and here's ADW EX, and all you do is you say clear defaults. Just clear defaults there, and then next time you press the home button, it will present you with your launcher options. But we're going to stick with ADW Launcher EX today for the purposes of this tutorial. Anyway, so just to give you a quick rundown of which ADW settings I am using. I'm not using any of the presets, so I'm going to go to UI settings. I haven't made any changes to the icons, so you can change those however you want. But for the main dock, I have the main dock enabled, and the main dock is, let me just show you, the main dock is this right here, where you can put a few applications, you can put a folder, you can put another folder, set it however you want. And I have it so that swipe up and swipe down hide or show the dock bar. So let's go back to the settings again. I'll show you that. So UI settings, main dock, enabled, dock as overlay. If you set this as dock as overlay, it just means that the dock shows up over top of your background as opposed to forcing everything up. So if you have any widgets or icons or anything like that, leaving this option unchecked will squeeze everything up, whereas having it checked as it is right now, the dock will just go over top of whatever you got there. Auto close, I don't have it set to auto close. You can set it however you want. And I have the dock size in portrait and landscape both set to 7. So there's landscape, there's portrait, they're both set to 7. I have reflections enabled, and under advanced settings, I have it set to auto size. So that means that when you switch from portrait to landscape, in landscape, as the tablet is now, the spacing between the icons in the dock gets wider. If you don't like that, you can change that however you want. Dock icon scale, have it set to 10. Auto scroll off. Icons, dock icon tint off. No tint color. So that is main dock. Screen preferences. Columns, 7. Rows, also 7. I like 7. No desktop indicator. And home screen orientation, I have it set to auto sensor. And under advanced settings, I don't have anything in there. No advanced settings under screen preferences. Next, drawer settings. I prefer the vertical 4D. I have it set to full screen. And for the columns in portrait, it's 5. Camera's not really focusing here. There you go, 5. And in landscape, I have it set to 7. And let's see, background color, I think I've just, I got that set to black, so just all zeros, hash and all zeros. Okay, icon text color, you can set it to whatever you want. I have it set to white. Oop, didn't want to do that. Let me go back here. UI settings, drawer settings. Fade to black. I have that check marked, and snap scroll. I have that check marked as well. And hide labels I do not have enabled, so I can actually see what the apps are more than just based on their color or their icons. And under folders, I have under folder style, I like vertical new. I like the vertical stuff. You can set it however you want. And show contents and auto size I have both enabled. So that's it. That's everything under the UI settings. Now let's go to general behavior here. Animation and effects. Infinite scroll disabled. Screen transition effect. I am using zoom. You can use whatever you want, but I like the way zoom looks, so that's what I'm using. Desktop scrolling speed I have set to 750. Desktop bounce I have set to 25. Wallpaper scrolling is disabled. You will notice a vast increase in performance if you disable wallpaper scrolling, especially if you are using a live wallpaper like what I'm using, which, by the way, is called Worldview, which you can find on the Android market. It is a paid app, and it is worth every penny. I have Sense Previews enabled. Sense Previews is where if you do the right gesture, you do the pinch to zoom on the home screen, and it shows an overlay of all your desktop, all your different screens, and you can just click on whichever one you want. Animated drawer enabled. Pardon me. Animate the icons and desktop zoom. Desktop zoom is whenever you open up the app drawer, the desktop kind of just zooms out and the app drawer shows up. And zoom effect speed I have set to 502 because I couldn't get 500, but near enough to 500 as makes no odds. That's animation and effects. Gestures. I don't have anything set for drawer swiping. Home binding. Move to default desktop. Swipe down and swipe up actions both open/close the dock bar. So you can see swipe up actions, same thing. And system preferences. Customize menu. You know, honestly, I don't think this is... I can't figure this part out, so I haven't really done anything to that. If anybody knows what customized menu does in ADW EX, please feel free to let me know, because I must be missing something. Bubble font size, 22. Scrolling cache, set to auto. And opening transition, set to fade. And I believe that is just about it for my ADW EX settings. A couple of other things to make note of are, let's see, what else was I going to say? The browser that I'm using, you may have seen in a previous video. One of the cool things about this browser is a 3D transition effect between switching to tabs. Let me actually just go ahead and close these out here and open up another tab. And it's very quick. It's just a two-finger gesture on the side of your screen. The browser that I'm using is not just Dolphin browser, but it's a beta version of Dolphin specifically for tablets, and it's called Dolphin for Pad beta 1.0, I think, and it just has very nice swiping gestures for your bookmarks, for additional tabs, and I love that 3D effect when switching between tabs that you have open. So that is the browser that I'm using. And now we get to the portion of the video where I show you something that does require root access, and if you do need root access, it can be found. I have a guide on how to root your 7.7 on XDA. I'll include the link in the description below. But one of the things that you'll need root access for is this app here, Root Explorer, and this is what I prefer for my root device, for my Root Explorer. Now, one of the things that you need to edit in your system, and this is actually, I'll show you the directory here. Actually, it's not right there. Let me go to it. Give me a second here. System, etc. And I believe, where is it? Permissions. And I believe this one's called platform.xml. So there's the path you need to go to, /system etc permissions. And you want to open up this. You want to open up this right here, platform.xml. So you would long press on that. Make sure that you've mounted RW. See? So now it says read write. So you have read write access to it. And you would open this up in a text editor. And you scroll down. Let me get rid of the keyboard here. You want to scroll down to a part where you see a line called Write External Storage. Permission, name, Android.permission, write external storage. What you want to do is you want to add this line here, group GID equals media RW. What that will do is it will allow any kind of program that requires or asks for write access to your external SD card, you can do that now. So that's just a little tweak. It's not necessarily a performance tweak, but now for a performance tweak, you want to go to System, and you want to open up your build.prop. Again, open in text editor, and it doesn't really matter where you put this in here, but at some point, somewhere in that build.prop, you want to put that line that you see at the very bottom there, ro.home_app_adj equals 0. What this line does is it will keep your home screen in the RAM. It'll keep it in your system memory so that whenever you're coming out of applications, your home screen doesn't have to redraw and everything, all your widgets and all your icons, they don't have to reload anything. Go ahead, add that line, save the changes to that file, and then reboot your device, and you'll be able to do that. So you'll see, like when I come back to the home screen, everything's all right there and nothing has to reload. It's just there. So by doing a few of those little things there, these are just minor tweaks. It's not going to break your device if you do it exactly as I showed you. It will be fluid, it will be fast, and it'll just make your experience miles better. And you can show this off to all your Apple fanboy friends with their iPads and make them green with envy. Sorry for the shaky cam, guys, but hopefully this has been a useful tutorial, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening, night, day, morning, whatever. Alright, bye.